Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and while we're waiting for our Duna Window, which is in 171 days, I'm going to try to unlock the last tier of the research facility because we have all the science we can't spend. Well, we can spend it, but we don't want to. We want to spend it on things we like. So I've built this little ship here. I did not put nose cones on these SRBs. Don't know if it's necessary. Never tried it. Don't really feel like it. But if you look here, we're going to try to hit 4 satellite contracts. 2 of them around Kerbin, 2 of them around Moon. And I have fast forwarded to the point where we are basically on the line for this thing. So we want to launch up about 30 degrees, give or take, maybe a little bit higher than that, off of Sideways. This is 45 degrees. This is about 30 degrees, give or take. So we're gonna wanna basically hug this line right above the zeros on the nav ball. So for some reason, default throttle isn't working. I haven't troubleshot it yet. So I have to hit X. I have turned on the SAS, and in 3, 2, 1, launch. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate this guy over so that I can just go to the right and not have to worry about. Hitting the right angle. And speaking of the right angle, we've already started our gravity turn. I will see you at stack separation. And I just realized we're going the wrong way. We want to be going north. Glad I noticed that now when we're going 100 meters per second instead of later when we're not. Maybe I will show you this whole launch. I wasn't going to. But this could get interesting, and I define interesting as, oh god, our space program's going to die. I also made this thing so that I can recover the bottom stage, that expensive rocket motor. It really doesn't matter in the whole vast scheme of things, but it's fun to try. So I put some parachutes on it. It will survive reentry. Goodbye, SRBs. Okay, we are high enough that I'm going to kind of tilt this thing down. Oh boy, come on. It's letting me hold it, so that's good. Yeah, ideally we want to, now if we look at our orbit here, yeah, see, we're doing pretty good, actually. I think this is going to be perfect. Ideally, we want this phase to get our apoapsis well out of the atmosphere, so that we have time to circularize this guy and then save this thing. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not that concerned. But it would be nice. We're definitely high enough to reveal what's in here, and it's a resource scanner, which shouldn't have surprised anybody. It's also got a thermometer on it because some of the contracts say resource scanner, some of the contracts say thermometer. And we're almost out of stuff, but we're basically in orbit now. So I'm going to cut the engine. Let's wait till we're actually... There we go. And sadly, I kind of want to fix it right now, but I think I'm gonna add a maneuver here just to get us a periapsis above 70. And what we're going to do is we're going to aim at this maneuver now. This thing has terrible rotation right now because it's carrying this massive thing here. But we're going to hold on to that. We are going to add our apoapsis here. We're going to separate, and then we're going to do this burn to get this guy safe, and then we're going to follow the main stack down. So my inefficient launch has not completely killed me. Okay, we are 3 minutes away from the burn. I'm going to stage to get rid of that thing, and its parachutes have gone now as well. Then we're going to stage the engine. Our periapsis is above 70. We are done with this. Let's switch back to the return stage here, the booster, and follow him down, sadly, into the darkness. So, of course, we're going to turn up the ambient light, and I'll meet you at stage set, or parachutes. Or how about flame on time? Notice, even though he has wings here, his engine is what is predominantly causing his descent through the atmosphere. This is basically a lawn dart. without the wings on the back. The front is so heavy that the wings don't help. And in fact, they burn off. If you notice, I've got this thermal helper up here. And as soon as all the fins burn off, the rest of the rocket is very light. Even this stuff that's kind of getting some reentry heat from down here is actually pretty light. But now the heat is gone. Never got above halfway, give or take, to explosion of whatever the next part was. Any second now, the chutes are going to pull. 5 meters per second. And here's something I love about the new Kerbal Space Program. The 1.0 release. Now watch this. When we touch the ground, normally in the old versions, all the parachutes just left. And so we're going to lose, what was that? A couple fuel tanks. Oh well. I was totally going to sing Kerbal Space Program's praises and say, look, when it lands, the parachutes stay out and then bring it down. But it didn't. But what are you going to do? And I think, did we have a contract for scientific data from space around Kerbin? And you know what? I did not put an antenna on this guy. He is completely useless. Let's verify that. Log temperature, transmit. No comms devices. This guy is a useless piece of junk. So we are going to deorbit him, and I will be back after I've launched part 2. Okay, I realized it might be fun to watch this guy come down and maybe try to save him here. I'm going to turn off stability assist because his little thing actually works as a dart. We are going to lose solar power, but we have this big battery here, so I think we'll be fine as far as that's concerned. As long as the engine doesn't overheat, and as long as this thing doesn't overheat, I have no idea if it's going to or not. I'm not going to deploy it because I don't know also if it will remain shielded from the airflow if it does overheat. These solar panels are surprisingly holding up well. Wow, the solar panels survived. Very, very cool. Okay, now it's all about the suicide burn distance. It looks like I may have already gone too much because as we're going down, our thrust-to-weight ratio is getting worse. But we'll see what happens here. I'm actually going to turn stability assist on so we can hold upright. We're actually doing pretty good, but our thrust to weight is getting worse as we sink into the atmosphere. But it's getting better as we burn fuel. The big thing is we have to let this thing fall a little bit. Yeah, I don't care about that. Because we need to make sure we get far enough down to the ground before we run out of fuel. We have 40 seconds left of fuel. I think I waited too long. It's very hard to judge these things. Very, very hard. And did the scanner survive? No, the probe core survived. Log temperature. Hey, well, we got a temperature reading. Good job. Okay, in the game's defense, it told me data transmitter required. So I was like, why didn't the game tell me? And the reason the game didn't tell me is because the game told me. Okay, and hopefully I can do this a little bit more efficiently by turning to the north. And I'm actually going to go about halfway between these instead of on the numbers. But like I said before, I'm not going to make you watch this. I will meet you in space after I've returned this thing to the ground, the launch stage to the ground. Okay, this was a water landing, so I figured, hey, I'll come back here and I'll show you this one. There's Minmus off on the horizon. I think Moon might be not in the sky at all. Okay. But it's also a daytime landing, which is always nice. Let's go ahead and turn the speed down just in case that destroys the craft. This actually might be a better landing because when it lands in the water, it's not going to fall over. And I was able to recover it before it fell over. I probably could have done that with the other one, too, if I wasn't so busy singing the praises of Kerbal Space Program incorrectly. But anyway, we are now... we launched into a much better orbit than we did before. Let me fly this guy. We were only off by 1.2 degrees on the launch because I used what I learned on the first launch to make the second launch a little bit better. So what we're going to do here is we're a little bit high, but it might not even matter, to be honest. But when we get here, we're going to burn to get our orbit the same, and if it's not, we'll just warp out to the descending node here and then fix that. These are probably two of the most expensive burns we're going to have to do here. Okay, that should be really close to the target orbit. And we might even just get it in 10 seconds here. Yes, maintain stability for 10 seconds. Bam! We got one contract down, which is awesome. Okay, now let's go ahead and get that science data from space around Kerbin like we wanted. Log the temperature. It's not worth anything, but it is worth a contract. We got 142 grand for that. And we got 18 grand and 3 science for that. Okay, now the rest of these orbits are really easy to hit. We want to hit this one when we are. Oh wait, that's our apoapsis and periapsis. We want to hit this one when we're here. And these burns are getting cheaper and cheaper the farther away we get from Kerbin, which is nice because we like to save delta V or fuel, really. And then here, now, we've got our apoapsis and our ascending node at the exact same place. So what we can do here is we can fix our tilt and our speed in the same burn. And this saves even more fuel. Because for the same reason that it's takes you less time to walk diagonally around a park, it also takes less delta V to burn diagonally around an orbit. So if you burn both prograde and radial at the same time, or both prograde and normal at the same time, each component costs a certain amount, but the sum of them costs less than each one would if you did them individually. This should be enough to get the orbit perfect. And if the walking diagonally analogy didn't make any sense to you, let's imagine you're at one corner of a football field and you want to walk to the other corner, and you forget to hit the X key when you're doing your burn because you're talking. If you want to walk to the other corner, you could walk along the outside of the field, and you would have to if people are playing, obviously. But there we go. This should nail this contract. We've already got this one. We've already got this one. We're just waiting our 10 seconds. But if you walked around the outside of the field, you would walk longer than. We have an orbit around Minmus, not Moon. Yeah, we have Moon and Minmus contracts, and what we want to do is ideally we want to get around these guys. Polar, so that we can use our resource scanner. So let's go ahead and set Moon as a target. And let's also focus on him and see what this target orbit is. It is equatorial, which kind of sucks. There we go. That's actually pretty good. Let's burn down a little bit. That would apparently get us an orbit around Moon. Something tells me that's not correct, but I think I'm going to go for it because it's a very small burn, and it'll at least get us some sort of an encounter with Moon. But yeah, if you walk around the outside of the field, you have to walk the width and then the length. If you walk diagonally across, it's actually less. You walk shorter. That's why people take shortcuts. This is doing 2 burns on a maneuver node is just doing the orbital dynamics equivalent of walking through that shortcut. Okay, so that's what it is now. And actually, I might just pull my apoapsis or my periapsis out to there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then what we're going to do here is, it's not letting me put a maneuver node, of course, because the game hates me. Let's go ahead and drop this. Maybe we can do it now. If we put a maneuver here to, we're coming in this way. That's backwards of what I want. So we do have to keep moving. Whoop, there we go. That was easy. There, now if we put a maneuver node here, we should be able to That's still backwards. What is this game doing to me? Yeah, we're coming in this way and going around that way. That's the opposite of what I want. So if I slow down and we loop all the way around like this, that will lose our encounter completely. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kind of cheese this out. I'm hoping we're going to end up with enough delta V here. But I'm going to come in like this. What we're going to do is... Where's our encounter? Our encounter's here. So right around... Actually, we might want to do it closer to here. We're going to go north. I wonder if we speed up or slow down. Yeah, that'll help. Okay. There we go. Oh, we don't have to go nearly as far north. Okay. 41 kilometers off. That's good. And this is a 76 meter per second burn. I think this is worth it. What we're going to do is we're going to get our north-south orbit so that we can do our resource scanning, and then we're gonna hit the target orbit. And now at our periapsis, we're just going to slow down enough to get into orbit. And then that'll count as a polar orbit as far as the resource scanner is concerned. Which, let's go ahead and open this guy. Oh, look how cool he looks. And the funny thing is I actually don't care about Moon's resources because I don't really plan on using them. I just want to do it. I'm playing the game. I don't actually have a goal in mind when it comes to utilizing this guy. Okay, just going to do the burn here. We should be in orbit now. We are. Now we can perform orbital survey. You must be in a stable polar orbit. Oh, between 25 and 1,000. Well, 45 and 2 million. So I apparently need to burn down to 1,000. Is it 1,000 kilometers? Yeah, it's got to be 1,000 kilometers. So this should do it. There we go. Sending transmission. 30%. 50%. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? Not enough electric charge. We burned down the battery. Holy cow. There we go, 100%. Okay, let's check this guy out in map mode now. Now, oh, look at that. That's our ore around Moon. Looks like the good places to go is this far side crater. The entire front side. Let's change the style around. Dots. Smears. I kind of like the smears better, I think. I'm old school. You can bring the cutoff up. Yeah, these are the hot spots. The hot spots are. Yeah, this is the Armstrong crater here. So there's no hot spots in the Armstrong crater. The best hot spot is really right here. If I were to be going on a moon mining mission, and actually this is a really good hotspot right on this crater wall because it's perfectly equatorial. Now let's nail this satellite contract. Now add our ascending and descending nodes here, right where we're crossing the target orbit out here. I'm going to add a maneuver node that's going to fix my tilt. No, it's going to fix my tilt this way so that we're going the right direction. We also need to slow down. Something like that. It gets really hard to nail these things when you're changing your orbit so drastically. But that does a vast portion of it. And notice it's only costing 309 of our 15, almost 1,600 delta V. So I still have to get to Minmus and get into orbit both polar and for the contract. But Minmus, as has been said many times, is very Delta V friendly, so I'm not really concerned about that. There we go. I'm going to burn a little bit. Actually, I probably wanted it to stay right there. Okay, our ascending node is 0.3, which is absolutely perfect. Okay, we are going to fix this right here. We are going to slow down and do a little bit of radialness, and that should nail this orbit. Okay, bring out the orbits here. Close this. Orbit of the moon, maintain stability for 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and do that. And we got another contract. We are rolling in the cash. Okay, the last thing we have to do is get this guy in an orbit around Minmus. And now to do that, we are going to utilize one of my favorite mods that I don't have a button up for because I just put it in. Actually, I don't want enhanced nav ball. I want Kerbal alarm clock. The transfer window planner. Okay, our origin point is Moon. We are heading to Minmus. We do need an insertion burn, but I don't really care that much about that sort of thing. It is cheapest in some odd days. I don't know. Let's go ahead and just add the alarm. Okay, that's good enough. We know it's about six hours from now. Where is Minmus? Let's target him. Now, what we want to do is we want to... Let's see which direction our ship is going. We want to burn around here somewhere. Straight out. Straight on till morning. Oh, no, wait. We want to burn, yeah, like here-ish, I guess. And Minmus is on exactly the other side of the planet when that happens. Something tells me this is not good. Okay, let's go ahead and fix this ourselves. Plus, I guess the problem is actually that it is 6 hours away, and 6 hours is a lot longer time than you think. So let's go ahead and make this thing be 6 hours away. Yeah, that is nothing even remotely close to what we want. This is a terribly inefficient way to do this. I do not recommend it from anyone, but I'm getting sick of waiting. Okay, I've got two maneuver nodes. One is this very small 116 second one, and the other one is another equally small, less small, more small, 90 meter per second one. And we're just going to do these so we can eventually get to Minmus, because I have a feeling it's because my orbit is so wonky around Moon. I don't think this is a problem with the transfer calculator. The transfer calculator, I told it I was orbiting Moon prograde 100 kilometers off the surface, and I'm not even anywhere near that. So I'm gonna say this is the fault of me, not the transfer window calculator. And a quick burn. Let's focus on Minmus. See what our target orbit is here. Target orbit is mildly polarish. Yeah, I think we're gonna do the same thing with Minmus that we did with Moon. We're gonna hit the polar orbit first. Actually, we might just hit the get an encounter first. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna get the encounter first, and then we'll tweak it once we get more closer to it. I want to come around. Ideally, I would love to hit it right here. So let's go ahead and try faster. Radial. Whoop, bro, radial's crazy. So let's go faster. And then bring it in with the radial. That's probably polar enough. Whoa, crazy time. I know my cat agrees that this is just nuts. Okay, we're going to leave it like this. 3.7 meters per second. And again, exact timing out here shouldn't matter, so I'm just going to burn until we're about... Whoops. We're riding the ragged edge as far as this thing's concerned. There we go. We're just going to leave it like that. That's got to be polar enough. So now here, we're going to add a maneuver. We're going to just bring our apoapsis down so it's touching the target orbit. right about there. And then we'll get this should get us our polar orbit to get the thing, and then we'll just fix our orbit out there. We've got just under 1,000 of meters per second. I gotta delete all these waypoints. Can I do that here? Yes, I can. There we go. All those waypoints are gone. I have no idea where Minmus is. Nope, that's not Minmus. There she is. Hi, Minmus. That should be pretty much perfect. Yeah, we can come down a little bit more. Let's delete the thing here. Yeah, just a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a resource thingamawhatsit. Between 25 and 300. Seriously. We're over 300, we're over 25 here, but we're over 300 here. So I got to burn it down a little bit. Don't want to use up too much fuel. There we go. Now we can do the orbital survey. Between 25 and 300. We must not be polar enough. Great. Okay, we're going to take our time here at our apoapsis. We are going to burn like this to get more polar. 18 meters per second. Okay, is that enough for you, game? Perform orbital survey. There we go. And of course, we're going to run out of electric charge. So I'm going to time warp a little bit. Oh, I guess we didn't run out of electric. Maybe Minmus has less data in it. Okay, but now we're going to go back to our periapsis. And we're going to burn back up so that our apoapsis gets close to the ascending node of the orbit we want. And we're almost done with this guy. Let's actually check out Minmus. Oh, it's already on here. Okay, around the poles. Oh, we got a lot of ore right on this flat area. We would be morons to not build a drilling operation right here. And also, look at that. 80%. 80% right here. That is awesome. What color do we want? Green. And then the style, there's lines, there's dots. Yeah, I like this better. Yeah, we're setting up operation right here, just south of this little area. I've been here many times. This is kind of a target because it's flat, it's equatorial, it's easy to do. Looks like Kerbin. What is that? Oh, that's Ike. We're gonna be going to Ike pretty soon. But anyway, yeah, yeah, there's Moon. So Kerbin, yeah, Kerbin is like right in front of the sun. But yeah, there you go. That's where mining operations are going. We could also put them right here. This is pretty good as well. Right on this spot right here. But I kind of like this one better. This one might be better. But anyway, let's go ahead and fast forward 3 hours. Whoa, why did I hit Z? That is crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Okay. Let's check out the actual orbit here. Let's delete this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now, here, our ascending node is 89.6. We're basically perfectly polar to it. So we're going to add a maneuver here, and we are heading this way around the orbit. So we want to go this way, and also slow down. And that is, wow, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and fix it like that. And then there you go. That should nail this contract. And leave us with enough meters per second that I think we can send this guy to Duna. That's kind of this guy. We're going to be sending a satellite to Duna because we're going to have some satellite contracts, I'm sure. But we're also, if we can get this guy to Duna, we don't have to send the big scanner thing to Duna, which is kind of a good thing, really, when it comes down to it, because I don't want to have to deal with that. Okay, 87 meters per second. Just not doing it full, not in any big hurry here. There we go. Let's check out the contracts. We're not in the designated orbit around Minmus yet. Now we are. Now we just need to maintain stability for 10 seconds. And this guy's job currently is done. Bam! And see, my cat is happy about it too. That is it for this contract. The only two contracts we have left are Explore Duna and Explore Ike. So tell you what, let's go ahead and boom, boom, boom. And let's head back to the Space Center. We still have 1,000 science. We are woefully low. We still need $1 million to get that. Let's see what kind of contracts they're offering us. Visual surveys of Kerbin. We haven't done that yet, and we have planes now. We have 2 tourists who want to go to just in orbit around Kerbin. That's boring. We still have this fly by the sun. I don't really want to plant a flag on Moon. We've already been there, done that. Honestly, I think we are at the point now. This is a pretty good contract. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is off camera. I'm going to do some contracts. I'm not going to make you watch them. If one that's interesting comes up, I'll do it. But other than that, I'm going to be doing more satellite garbage, and I might take this visual surveys one and do that on camera or something like that. Yeah, we are just trying to make money, waiting for the Duna window. So that's going to be kind of boring. I don't want you to make you sit through it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I am HMV, and I will, as always, talk at you later.